second half of the KMAC schedule begins tonight from the Castle. The Northmor Lady Knights, coming off a tough loss to Loudonville, still have aspirations of spoiling the top of the KMAC standings, but they have to get by a Cardington-Lincoln squad that's trying to get their footing. KMAC Volleyball on a Tuesday night, coming your way on your smartphone, TV, PC, tablet, any smart device you have, with pregame coming your way next.
being able to give back to the community, and just our teamwork is really solid. It makes it an incredible place to work because a lot of people enjoy what they're doing and want to help out.
You get to learn every day. You get to meet very unique people. I get to interact with everyone from the clinical staff to the administrative staff. Everyone has something to offer. It's kind of like a million puzzle pieces coming together to make one large, beautiful piece.
At American Homestead Exteriors, we're more than a business. We're a father-daughter team with a shared mission to protect and beautify the homes in our community. We believe your home deserves top quality service and products. From the first nail to the final walkthrough, we take pride in doing the job right. The first time, every time. Integrity, craftsmanship, and customer service aren't just words to us. They're the foundation of everything we do. American Homestead Exteriors. Strong, reliable exterior solutions. Built with pride, built for you.
OH Report brings you local high school sports coverage like nobody else. In football, basketball, baseball, volleyball, softball, soccer, wrestling, track and field. If it's happening in our area, we're streaming it.
We welcome you inside the Lilly Industries pregame show for this KMAC battle at the Castle between the Lady Knights of Northmor and the Lady Pirates of Cardington-Lincoln. Hello, everybody. My name is Travis Berardi alongside Jonathan Langdon. Double KMAC for you here tonight as we kick off the second half of the season. It's crazy, Jonathan. Just yesterday, we were starting things off. Now we're halfway through the season, not only in football, but here in volleyball as well.
You're exactly right. The KMAC and really just the league schedule across the board in the state of Ohio in volleyball flies by. Super quick games. Most of the time you have 2 a week. So with how small the KMAC is, with just 8 schools, that's just 3 weeks of action for these two teams, basically 3.5 weeks with the 7 teams. But these two teams started off the season against each other. Now we're going to see where they're at after the sweep that Northmor had just a few weeks ago.
Let's take a look at the team spotlight. First, for the Pirates of Cardington High School. Tough start to the season. This is a team that, normally very, very good at volleyball, but every team has their down years. They have a down start, 2-8, 1-5 in the KMAC. They did get their first KMAC victory 5 days ago against Mount Gilead, but only that victory, 3 of 9 sets they've won in the first half of the season, hitting .015 with a 24% team kill percentage.
Yeah, and whenever you're attacking under 100, that's never a good sign overall as a team. You lose the first 6 games of the year. Got to give credit, though, to this team because they have bounced back as of late. They've won 2 of their last 4. They beat Crestline in a sweep. They beat Mount Gilead as well. So those are some good wins to get under their belt as they move into the second half of the schedule.
Let's take a look at the player spotlight for this evening. It is the team leader in kills, also second in digs, Celia Hall, the junior outside hitter, number 12 tonight, 50 kills, 76 digs, 13 aces. One of those defensive players. You're seeing more of those in the volleyball landscape now. Sometimes you'll just have your defensive specialist. You'll have your hitters play the front, then move out. She plays every position. Yeah,
it's going to be an all-around look here for this Cardington offense. Defensively, though, that's kind of where they've had their calling card. They've got a bunch of players over 30 digs this season, but you see Celia, she's going to be a big piece to both of those aspects tonight for the Pirates.
Now let's take a look at the team spotlight for the Lady Knights of Northmor, who had a very strong start to the season. However, it's kind of tailed off late in the first half of the season. Lost 6 of 8 after a 4-0 start.
I mean, you just look at the opponents they've played. You see the last 3 games. Those are all really quality opponents. Loudonville, they were able to get a set off of them. Centerburg, we know how good they've been this season. However, they did just lose a KMAC game. We'll have to talk about that later on in the broadcast. But also Ontario, they beat Shelby earlier on this season. So no slouch in the Warriors this season. Great opponents for Northmor. They're going to be ready as well for the second half.
And let's take a look at the player spotlight for the Lady Knights. This is the Castle. Her last name is Castle. It is Layla Castle. She's had a very good season thus far. 8th in the KMAC in kills, 95 of those, 92 digs, 10 aces. Another complete player.
Yeah, and we've gotten to know her pretty well. That picture is actually from you talking to her early on in the season. But Layla, fantastic season. She's had some great looks all year long. I'm really excited to see how she grows going into the rest of the season.
We'll take a quick break for the anthem and be back with keys and a start after this.
Being able to give back to the community, and just our teamwork is really solid. It makes it an incredible place to work because a lot of people enjoy what they're doing and want to help out.
You get to learn every day. You get to meet very unique people. I get to interact with everyone from the clinical staff to the administrative staff. Everyone has something to offer. It's kind of like a million puzzle pieces coming together to make one large, beautiful piece.
Back here inside the Lilly Industries pregame show. Blake Tackett announcing the roster players here today. Jonathan and I back here at the Castle on this warm mid-September evening in Ohio. Let's take a look at the keys to victory. First for the Cardington Pirates. Jonathan, taught outside. They got to keep it cool inside the gym. My two keys. First, they have to have clean serve receiving. A lot of errors so far this season for them. Aces can lead to runs, and they can't let that happen. And on the other side of things, get off to a fast start. Get Northmor down.
Yeah.
Last few games, Northmor got into some trouble and couldn't get out of it. Got to do that again tonight.
Yeah, and I think a fast start's definitely going to help you. And a phrase that my buddy Colin Ashworth and I like to talk about, we got to call the game Northmor played last week against Centerburg, is kill shots. You want to get a lot of those. Of course, it's a basketball term, but we've taken it over to volleyball. You want 5-0 runs. That's what you really want to find here in this game, especially if you're Cardington trying to put the pressure, past the pressure, over to this Golden Knight team that has been struggling here at home as of late.
And let's take a look now at the keys to victory for those Lady Knights of Northmor, looking to get back over 500, and it's inside the lines. Your serves, they like trying the sidelines with their serves, but they've overhit most times on those, knocked them out, given free points. Can't do that, especially a team that struggles in serve receive. Can't give free points up. And the second one, talked about this on the coaches' corner when I talked to them. Quicksand. Last year, it really hurt them where they make errors, they get into their own heads, and it just sunk them even more. They got to stay out of that tonight.
And sometimes with quicksand, you can even talk about how you get stuck in one spot on the floor where you're not diverse enough to where you try to help out your teammates. You kind of stick to your own position. Sometimes that's not possible in a successful program. If you want to be good, you got to be able to cover each other's backs, communicate whenever you do so, of course. But with this Northmor team, it's going to take a lot more than just individual efforts to win the game. It's got to be a collective. So that's what Northmor is looking to do. They've lost their last 4 home games, so today's a chance to make a statement and get back in the right side of things.
That has been the Lilly Industries pregame show for this one. Want to welcome everybody watching live and free this evening on the OH Report. Let us know where you're watching from tonight. Give us a shout out. We'll shout you right back out. KMAC Trav, KMAC Jonathan. Double KMAC action coming your way. Take a look at the standings. We'll take a look at the rest of tonight's schedule as well here coming up as the match goes on. I know you like making your little nice graphics and whatnot. Let me borrow it for football. I've made a couple graphics at work today, so here we go. Meridine ready to serve, and we are underway. Put in system, left side swing to the back end, taken by Callie Wright. Right over to Layla Castle, stays in play. Right side swing by Ashlyn Schroyer, does not fall. Falls on the side of the Lady Nets. It's 1-0. We take a look at our first Northmor Athletic Boosters.
Yeah, good start out of Cardington, just playing it off the block, nice and simple. See if you can get that the rest of the game.
1-0. Low line drive. That's going to go out of system, but the yummy ball is missed hit, and the Lady Knights do get that first point. It sailed over, but a little too excited on that swing was Kaylee
there's
Teets.
a lot of movement on that net. No getting away with that one.
Cam Workman with her first serve. It's a rainbow ball. Out of system was Cardington. Chance for the Lady Knights. It's bumped to Castle. Castle with the swing, too strong. It's 2-1 Cardington. So, the serve by Troyer. There'll be a mid-range swing, nothing there. Overpass, just flick back over. Nice dig, but no one home, and it's now 3-1 in favor of the Lady Pirates.
Yeah, so they're getting off to a strong start, just like we said they needed to. Of course, can't take your foot off the pedal just yet. Take this opportunity, stay in this rotation that seems to be working for you, and also keep Northmor kind of a spot where they have been struggling early on.
Quick flick there by Workman, won't fall. Back over to London Blevins. Nearly gets the point there, but it's a save and a free ball by Castle. In system, left-handed dink will go, and it's a fast start here for Cardington, 4-1.
Yeah, you're going to see a late block on your screen. That's the easiest time when you can simply just tap it over whenever they're late. You know that they're not going to get a hand on it, and just play it right behind them where they jump from.
In system, dink down the middle, nothing. Bump left side to Blevins. Big shot, but that's kept alive by Dean. Right with the swing. She'll get the kill, and there's the rare libero kill for the Lady Knights.
And there's the rare sideline play from a libero. You talked about it in the pregame, how this team for Northmor likes to kind of play the sides and move this Cardington team, or any team they play, around. And you see the benefits of that.
Wright gets the kill. Bumped forward, moving is Blevins. Gets the free ball and a chance for Cardington to get in system here, but the pass is over. Castle with the block, and we're tied at 4.
Yeah, so no effort to set. I saw Castle reached over just a little bit, but Cardington wasn't looking to set that ball, so no call on the interference.
Don't know if it was a block. It'd be the 5th for her or the 96th kill, but it's a kill nonetheless. And it's a 4-4 tie.
Cardington trying to shake the jitters out, especially when they're given kind of an open opportunity there. They just flat out missed it.
Wright nearly got ace number 23. Instead, it's a free ball back to the Lady Knights. Castle, rocket shot, overpass, Yummies, blocked back. Northmor still with a free ball. Another overpass comes back to the Lady Knights. Now they'll have a chance to get the kill. Castle on the run. Angled, dug up, flicked back over. We got a nice rally going on here. Out of system, though, and a missed pass. Lady Pirates get the point. Very hectic point there, John.
Yeah, watching Hannah James for the last couple of games, she loves those quick sets. She always jumps early, and that time they're just a little off on that execution. They'll get it back later on in the game. You're going to see some great swings out of James, but definitely one for the lowlights right there.
Kaylee Teets, 11 aces, make it 12 on the season, and the lead back up to 2 for Cardington as you take a look at the Northmor Athletic Boosters replay.
That just goes off the hands of James as well. That's where you like to serve it. Try to make the front row put some hands on the ball on those short serves. Saw that a lot last night at my game covering Clear Fork as they took on Mansfield Christian. That went to 5.
Missed service there. Gets it back to within one. It's 6-5.
But the dream, Travis, every time you serve, depending on what you're doing, sometimes your coach will ask you to go long and make the back row think about it. But a lot of times when I serve, I try to reach right before the 10-foot line and make the front row make a play.
You're also a very tall person and able to do that. I probably not. Blevins, that's going to get dug into the stands, and
Great
Lady
catch.
Pirates get the point right back.
Great catch in the stands. Gets a pat on the back from his wife as well after the fact.
Northmor cruised in the first set of their sweep early on in the season, 25-13. They won 26-24, then 25-21. So other than one set, this was competitive back at the beginning of the year. And another error by the Lady Knights into the net. And like we said in the pregame, you can't let those mistakes domino effect into a set loss.
Absolutely. Just got to keep locked in here.
Oh, that was going to go out. Instead it was touched. It's an ace.
Yeah, just one of those tough judgment calls. That's the opposite of what I was talking about with the short serves. That's where you want to make the back row think about it. And did a good job there making it close.
Blevins, who leads the team, now 25th ace of the season. Miscommunication and the run's going to continue. It's 10-5 Cardington. And we'll get a substitution for the Lady Knights as Jillian Zager checks back in.
Yep, bringing in some extra defense, serve receive as well.
Left side swing for Maddie Abrams. Doug, mid-range, won't fall. Right at the net, and another missed jump again early.
And maybe it just needs to be something about how James is being communicated what the move is. So you could definitely see that come off after a setter. Workman's just got to do a better job figuring out how they can get better in sync.
Quick set across, overpass, flopped right back at Northmor. Left side swing off the block, stays alive. Cross court set, mid-range, no, flat foot swing won't fall. And the Lady Knights finish the streak off, but they trail 11-6.
So Golden Knights have some work to do, trying to get back in this set down 5. This is a good chance for Ziegler to really make an impact on this game. Came in for defense, now in the rotation she gets to go serve.
15 aces, third on the team. That was received. Miscommunication, though. Looked like a little bit of a collision. You tell me what happened here. Yeah,
just a bump.
Running up for the swing, and the setter got in the way.
Yeah, so only person that could have really made a contact on that was the person who made the second hit.
11-7, nearly an ace there, and won't go across. Works just like an ace, though. It's 11-8.
Yeah, so Longsdorff couldn't get anything done there. Ended up just sailing it high up in the sky, just like they did the last point, where their hits just went up instead of anywhere else to maybe a teammate or over the net. Looks like the student section is being given guidelines by Blade Tackett.
I think the line judge says that's overpass for an ace. 11-9. Don't know what was done, but hey, nobody got moved, so we're fine. Cardington by 3. Almost an overpass, but it's flicked right back down. Yummy ball falls by the way of Lexus Longsdorff. Said her name a lot last year and the year before.
Yeah, and a lot of sports too. She's a great athlete. I'm going to get to see her work a lot more. She's just a junior, so she'll be around. But yeah, leading this team. I'm interested, though, that they have her as a setter rather than an option in the attacking game.
She does have 37 kills nonetheless coming into this one. That's a nice dig. Quick set across doesn't work. Left side, big jolt there.
No way that got over.
That's the opposite side of the antenna, out of bounds. Northmor the point.
Yeah, I was going to say I would have been very surprised if they didn't make a call there. It was a little late, but ultimately Northmor gets the ball back, and hey, just like that, you're down 3.
Yeah, Maddie Abrams, one of the kills leaders. You need to see her and Castle really contribute like they usually do to get the victory. That swing saved by the back line. Free ball back to Northmor. Off the block and nearly falls into the net. It will. And now it's 12-10. Scoreboard's been going back and forth with some scores. Now I think it's right.
But right there again, Cardington just put the ball in no man's land. That's never where you want to put it. Pretty much right underneath the net. Because you're either going to get blocked on your attempt up, or worse things can happen too.
An ace. And the Lady Knights have fought their way back. And they've crawled out of the quicksand. 12-11.
And I was a little worried that Northmor was going to have to use their first timeout early in this set, but they've been able to hold on to it, and now it's a whole new ball game, especially if they can score here to tie it up.
Free ball attempt by Hall goes into the net. Now we're tied at 12. So just like that, we're going to reset. And now they do add the point back. So it is 13-12 Northmor.
You were right. Make it 14-12, but we got a good serve specialist at the line right now, and they're going to force that first timeout. But we're going to see Kincaid continue to work when we come out of it.
Yeah. So the Lady Knights falling down early, but they kept doing what they know what to do. They're back to up 2. Kincaid, 6 aces on the season coming into this game. Like I said, this is a busy night for volleyball in the KMAC, Tuesday, Thursday nights. This is what we have going on tonight. Cardington at Northmor, got Loudonville at Mount Gilead, East Knox at Centerburg, and Fredericktown at Danville. That Fredericktown-Danville game, that's an intriguing matchup here in the KMAC tonight.
Yeah, that's probably the game of the night because Danville's definitely building something. The last couple of years, it's been a little bit rougher, but Coach Spittler actually has them going in the right direction. So they just fell under 500, but this squad sits 3-4 in the conference and taking on a Fredericktown side that honestly struggled early on in the year, surprisingly, but they're starting to figure themselves out. So who's going to win, the rising team or the team that's finally coming back up on their return to where they were last year?
Yeah, it'll be fun to see what goes on there. And we'll take a look at the standings. Fredericktown, Northmor, Danville all jumbled in that middle of the pack. Northmor will play Danville in their next match. That serve too strong, so the Lady Pirates iced the server. And it's 14-13.
It's also a coach's point.
Yes. Longsdorf will go back to serve. In system, back set, right side swing by Abrams, kept alive. Bit of a misset there, turns into a free ball. Just gets over the net, though. Back to Abrams again on the right side, dinks it down. You see her move a lot, left to right side. She's not afraid to move either way. You see some players, they're comfortable in one spot. At Abrams, she will move up and down that line.
Yeah, good placement right into the campfire for Cardington.
Love that. Now all we need is a pancake, and we've got ourselves the trifecta of verbiage tonight. Quick set to the back line, and it will fall. That's my favorite play right there, Jonathan, when the setter's just like, you know what, I'm just going to do it myself. It's Longsdorf to the back line, makes it 15-14.
And when I was here for the Centerburg game last week, I believe 7 days ago today, Centerburg found that back corner a lot. It was open for Northmor, so they had to go back to the drawing board, figure out what they could do defensively to not allow that to happen. Golden Knights, they did a better job in the third set, but it just felt like that back corner was kind of their weakness, and that's what really made it ugly in that game last week.
Cardington, 2 straight, have tied it up. 3 if you count the ice. Low liner, that's going to be received by Zager. Right at the net, bit of a misset. Turns into the free ball, but it doesn't matter. It does fall for the Lady Knights.
Yeah, it just seems like some of the players for Cardington not communicating correctly. Tried to use the power of friendship on that first contact, ended up bouncing sideways. Just got to make sure everybody calls their own ball.
Workman with the serve. Cross court set to Blevins. Nice dig by Wright. Miscommunication. Wright is there, though, to give a free ball. 2 woman game played there doesn't do anything. Nice adjustment, though, on the other side as Riley Cooper waited for the right time. It was set. She started her jump a little early, but was able to adjust and still get the swing flat-footed, but she got the point.
Yeah, Lackey was trying to go for that ball for Cardington, but she was cut off by Longsdorf, who ended up sending it backwards.
That yummy attempt does not cross, and the Lady Knights with a 3-0 run themselves, back up 3-18-15.
She took the bait, Travis. That was a little bit too low for her to try and swing at.
I mean, that's why they call it a yummy ball, man. It's right there for you. Oh, we got a backboard issue. Turned into the free ball. In play are the backboards here. Castle, left side, dug up and still in play. Blevins on the runs, blocked and down. Lady Knights with a little block party action.
That was a great-looking swing, but an even better-looking block. Good combination there from Northmor. Blevins tried to save it at the end, but she was just too low beneath the net.
Power on power right there. Back set into the net, blocked, so it'll stay in play. Quick set back over. Another chance now for Cardington to end the run. Flat-footed swing back corner. Dug up. Now right side. That's Maddie C. Doesn't go. It's flipped back up the Dean. Left side, Castle had to adjust, but it won't go over the net, and the Lady Pirates get the point despite all the momentum on that point being with Northmor.
Yeah, honestly, most of the momentum I saw was from Ashlyn Troyer. Did a great job, put a good swing together. Also had a nice dig to keep the volley alive for Cardington. She's going to go back to serve here, too. So on the road, Cardington. They had the lead for most of the set, but they trail by 3 right now, trying to get back.
Troyer with 18 aces on the year. And leads to another Lady Knight mistake as Wright just went with the swing. Too low on it, and it's 19-17.
These are both fun teams to watch. Cardington, 2-8, but they're playing much better than that right now.
Left side, off the block, bumped over the Blevins, hits it to Dean. Set up over to Castle. Castle angles and gets it.
Yeah, Troyer was frustrated. Should have tried to get both hands out on this dig. Just went with the right hand, and that just goes straight off of the top and lobs over to the stage.
So Callie Wright now to serve. Northmor 5 points away from a 1-0 lead. Overpass on the serve.
Still going.
We're still playing. No, we're not. This time it was set up perfectly for James. She took advantage. I thought we had a 4 hit. Maybe it was touched by a Northmor player on the block.
Yeah, I think everybody.
But ball don't lie.
Everybody but Longsdorf knew that the play was continuing. She was just trying to scramble back at the last second, and she ended up giving up the point on her side.
Angled serve, and there's that service we talk about for Northmor. If it stays in, it works well, but they tend to hit it out, and you saw it right there.
And that's a big point, too, because you give it up back to Cardington. It's kind of in their hands. They could definitely pull 3 points together here.
But the tough service error gives Northmor and Castle.
Those are game killers.
Yes.
Game killers. That was a run that you desperately needed. Now if you give up a point here to Layla Castle's serve, you're likely going to be calling your final timeout.
Mm-hmm. Castle, one of 6 Lady Knights with 10-plus kills. Aces, I should say, on the season. Good adjustment right at the net, but it's flicked down by Maddie Abrams. It looked like it was a nice set right at the net for Cardington, but it sailed. And the Lady Knights are now 2 points away from set 1. Served right down the middle. In system, set backwards to Blevins, and she gives it a free ball. Left side to Abrams. Abrams, that's dug by Hall. Up to Blevins again. Let ball gets it to go.
Off the tape, that one went. Cardington, I think if that doesn't go off the tape, that's an easy scoop up for Northmor, but just that movement made it a little bit more difficult for the Lady Knights to recover. Just went right by Abrams, and it's a point.
The ability to play the net to your advantage. Oh, the set got blocked down.
I don't know about that one.
No, yeah, they said she went over the net.
Absolutely. Good call there from the officials.
Yep.
And also good job by Northmor and their bench to kind of just make that make it
hand
aware
go over.
that
Yep.
let them know what they saw and made her think about it up top as the line judge. But good call and all resolved here. 24-19. It'll be set point for the Golden Knights.
5 set points for the Lady Knights here. Down the middle, too strong, and the Lady Knights will take set number 1. So the Lady Pirates had momentum there in the middle part of this first set, but Northmor answers right back, and they win it 25-19. We'll take a break. When we come back, set 2 live and free on a Tuesday night.
Feel like I should go. Feel like
being able to give back to the community, and just our teamwork is really solid. It makes it an incredible place to work because a lot of people enjoy what they're doing and want to help out.
You get to learn every day. You get to meet very unique people. I get to interact with everyone from the clinical staff to the administrative staff. Everyone has something to offer. It's kind of like a million puzzle pieces coming together to make one large, beautiful piece.
Hawaiian night here at the Castle. I mean, it is, 88 degrees outside here in the middle of September. Travis Berardi back here at Jonathan Langdon. I mean, I don't mind the weather. It can get a little bit cooler if we want, but this is perfect.
I want to know.
Dry, though.
I want to know what that guy's going through right now that he has to have a rolly chair out on the floor.
Is he allowed to have a rolly chair out?
That's
on
a
the
great
floor?
question.
We'll find out here. But
I think they should kind of just give him a little ride behind the back row and just.
Maybe it's a new celebration.
Maybe it'll be a distraction across the way for the Cardington serve.
Who knows? We'll find out.
But also shout out to Cardington. Rocking some new unis today.
Yes.
Looking pretty fly out on the floor.
Yes, we had to wait for the official rosters to be sent because they had the new jerseys, but not working for the opening serve as it's into the net, and the Lady Knights get the 1-0 lead.
So a couple of crucial mistakes to find that first set for Cardington. Had the just what you saw right there, a service error that made it 23-19. It was a really tough deficit that they couldn't come back from. And then the other issue they had was the interference on a set by Longsdorff in the middle that gave Northmor the set point.
Angled, dug up, but across the net. Chance again for Cardington to tie up. Blevins, mid-range. That's saved by Zager. Right. Gets it to Castle, who gives it a free ball. Blevins again. Mishit. She jumped, I think, a tad too early, and that caused the swing to go down on the ball instead of up.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to get to see Northmor continue to roll right here.
Dean just over the net and gets the ace.
Longsdorff, I'll tell you what, she's been everywhere for this Cardington team. And the serve receives have really had her out of place. Want to try to get her comfortable setting. Have not seen that yet here in this set.
You know, those line drive serves, they knuckle at you. That shot dug up by Castle. It's back over to Layla. Mid-range, flat-footed, saved by Blevins. It'll be a free ball by Roski. Set up for Blevins again. Gives it a dink. One-handed save by Dean. Diving save by Zager. It's crossed back over. We play on. This one down the middle, too strong, and the effort of the Lady Knights give them a 4-0 lead. Dean, then Zager saved the point and forced the miss hit.
Yeah, Zager does exactly what you're taught whenever you're running after a ball far away from the play. Get it up as high as you can. I don't care where. Just make sure you get it high, give your teammates time to get underneath it, and send it over the net. They did that. They got the point.
Back set, swing into the net. It's 5-0. We talked about Cardington. They needed to get out to a quick start in these sets. Northmor flipping the script.
Yep,
They're
that's
out
a
and
kill.
running.
That's a kill to start the set. 5-0.
Dean down the middle. Bit of an overpass, but adjusted. The set will not fall. However, a miss hit by the Lady Knights. And Cardington on the board.
I want to shout out that Cardington student section we're seeing across the way.
I know
Just
they got quieted by
guys.
the, yeah, they're about 5-1 outnumbered by Northmor. But hey, respect to them. Making the trip up. Let ball, it's an ace.
And you can probably hear them through our headsets across the way. They're doing a good job. But Cardington's not too far. I think it's their second closest trip.
Mount Gilead.
Other than Mount Gilead.
To get to Northmor, so yeah. That serve sails over Dean's head and out of bounds, 6-2.
I always separate the KMAC into two segments because you've got east of 71, you've got west of 71.
There's the serve that they like to have. If it keeps dropping like that, they're going to be in really good shape. They love that left side. I've said it a couple times tonight. Just it curves, and if it drops right where you're at right there, that's the sweet spot for Northmor. Overpass, set back to Dean. Dean pushes it forward. Castle from the left side, angled, but dug up, and a free ball back to Northmor. Down the middle, the swing. That one kept alive by Troyer. And flicked down by Teets, 7-3.
A good job switching it up, tapping it just to the side of the freshman Cooper, who was out of position.
And it's back to 4.
It's one of the hardest things as a middle is to find that sweet spot for a block. That's why it's always impressive when you have someone in the middle that can consistently get a hand on the ball.
No one home for Wright after receiving that. The pass falls to the ground. It's 7-4.
Because, I mean, you just think about it logistically. When anybody that swings from the middle, they can go anywhere. Left, right, they can go over the top. Outside, you kind of know where they're going most of the time. But the middles, that's where the respect lies much more when it comes to defending.
That one sailed wide right. Buffalo Bills fans cringe when I say that.
I think there's a lot more that do that too.
Hit the line. That's an ace.
Yeah, nicely placed. Gotta love seeing that from your libero.
Callie Wright. 22 aces. Make it 23. Out of system, Cardington gives it a free ball. Northmor in system and gets the kill. Hannah James just with the light touch. The block was expecting a hard swing, but she was just able to deflect it down.
Yeah, Longsdorff's got to get closer to the net on that block attempt. A little bit too much of a gap. Ball simply just went straight down on her.
And an ace. The curve made it tough to receive. And again, trying that left side. They get the ace out of it and a timeout by Cardington. 11-4, Golden Knights lead it here as they look to end their 3-game losing streak. What does that 3-game losing streak do to them? Well, let's take a look at the KMAC standings going into today. Centerburg-Loudonville, the two teams that have knocked off Northmor, as well as East Knox, kind of a head-scratcher to them, but puts them at 4-3, a game behind Fredericktown right now. You got Danville right behind Northmor. Those two set up for a matchup, I believe, on Thursday night. But Northmor need a little help. They need Centerburg and Loudonville to lose one more match to get them back into control your own destiny for a share of the KMAC?
Well, I think you still control your own destiny because you want to just make sure that the opportunity is available.
Yes.
So don't drop anything else
Yes.
up to this point if you're Northmor, but definitely a three-loss team, unless there's a massive share, is probably not going to get you an outright title. But
Yeah.
Northmor knows that, and they're still going to continue fighting to the end. Of course, they've got some good opportunities to take down quality opponents later on in the year.
And also Loudonville and Centerburg, they both beat Northmor, so they've lost to somebody else. They can do that. That can happen again as that hits the antenna.
Loudonville lost to Centerburg. Centerburg lost to Fredericktown in 5.
And Northmor beat Fredericktown. So if that happens and Northmor defeats Loudonville and Centerburg, there's your three-way tie.
But hey, Travis, I'll tell you
KMAC.
what, that's a very different Fredericktown side than we saw at the beginning of the year.
Yeah. That shot too strong. It's 14-4.
In fact, I believe they lost their first 2 KMAC games of the year. I could check that, but they lost their 2 very early in the campaign. So since then, they have been lights out.
And only a game back, so they control their destiny at the moment. This is in system, left side, mid-range from Castle, down the line. One-handed save, but it'll fall. And it's 15-4, and the route is on here in set 2.
Yeah, it continues here, the onslaught from the Northmor Golden Knights. But checking on Fredericktown, they did beat Danville first, but the Northmor game, the Northmor loss was their second one of the KMAC season. Then they lost to Loudonville in 5 the very next game.
Blevins, mid-range, the dink. Goes back line, Mary Dean gives it a free ball. Set backwards, Blevins again with the touch. Back to Castle, down the left line, no. And another free ball, but it hits into the nets. Again, we're seeing Cardington players run into each other multiple times, and it's kept them from getting good, contact on the ball.
Yeah, it just feels like this team is not meshing right now. There's just a lot of uncertainty. It seems like they want to get certain players certain points of contact, because you see Longsdorff sending that on the second swing. They want to try to get her on the first or the third.
Castle hits it into the net, and the run stops for the moment. It's 16-5.
You can always kind of tell a team's game plan whenever you see a player send a ball over on the second that's not the setter. You could tell they're trying to get Longsdorff involved, but it just hasn't happened yet.
And third or fourth service error into the net tonight by Cardington gives it right back. I mean, it's already an 11-point set, but you can't even give that away. You want to get at least some momentum going into set 3. You'll need pretty much a miracle run to get back into this set, but you got to get some momentum to get ready for third set action. Miscommunication will help there for the moment. Are you going to hit it? Are you going to hit it? No, you're not going to hit it? Okay.
Right now the priority is just to simply play your way. Are you going to come back and win the second set? Odds are probably not. But just want to make sure you look good finishing this off. Of course, not pretty there towards the first half of the set. Just make sure you lock in here for these final couple points.
Right side, back line, too strong. 18-6.
And if you're missing just out on the back corner, you can live with that if you're Cardington. Just want to make sure you're getting good swings off. And I believe that was one of the better swings we saw here in the last couple of points. But Northmor continuing to pile on. They've tripled the Pirates' points today in this third set.
Cardington just looking for some type of a spark. That will help.
Yeah, right now Workman's having to work quite a bit to get to the second ball.
Well, also for Northmor, the big lead, you can't get complacent. This set is not over. Got to finish it. Right, it's Zager. Over to Abrams. Abrams too strong. So the Lady Pirates got it back down to 10, 18-8.
Yeah, but the deal is here, it's all from Northmor errors. If you're Cardington, don't disvalue the points because you're still getting a chance to serve, but you want to try to get something out of your own accord from this run that you're on.
Abrams angled left side, stays up. Right at the net, flicked over.
Need a good in-system ball here.
Backline Blevins into the net, 19-8. Casey Kincaid will serve for the Lady Knights. Low liner, received, swung by Hall. Good reception by Northmor, turns it to Abrams, can't get it to go. Back set, but too strong. Troyer had space on that back line, but it overhit it.
Yeah, she swung it on her way down rather than on the way up. She was a little late swinging the arm.
20-8. Let ball, it's an ace.
That's why she's out there. Great ball off the tape. Whenever you can do it like that, that's exactly what you want. Make that back row lunge forward at it. You're going to cheat them up. Maybe now you try to go for the back line.
Not one of those line drives that hit the net. It was actually on its way down when it hit the stripe.
What did I say? They went right to that back line.
That time she put more under it, and nobody was there to receive the pass. Northmor 3 points away from a 2-0 lead. Overpass, Yummy's flicked down. Riley Cooper ate that up.
That was the best looking swing today, and of course, yummy balls are typically where that comes from. My last note for Cardington was going to be just get some elevation on these bumps. They did there, but it was an overpass.
Lunging effort there by Walters. Kept it alive. Cardington with a chance here, but no. Another miss hit, and it's set point.
Yeah, kind of snuck up on everybody. It's 24-8, folks. It's been a rough set here for the Pirates.
Bit of a miss set. It's a free ball. Northmor can finish the set here. Cooper does just that. 25-8. The Lady Knights roll in set 2 with plays just like that, Jonathan.
That's a nice recipe for success. Cooper had the entire floor to work with. Really couldn't choose wrong with where she put that ball. She did a fantastic job taking this to a 2-0 game.
Lady Knights will look for the sweep in set 3. Cardington's got some work to do. We'll be back.
Feel like I should.
At American Homestead Exteriors, we're more than a business. We're a father-daughter team with a shared mission to protect and beautify the homes in our community. We believe your home deserves top quality service and products. From the first nail to the final walkthrough, we take pride in doing the job right. The first time, every time. Integrity, craftsmanship, and customer service aren't just words to us. They're the foundation of everything we do. American Homestead Exteriors. Strong, reliable exterior solutions. Built with pride, built for you.
OH Report brings you local high school sports coverage like nobody else. In football, basketball, baseball, volleyball, softball, soccer, wrestling, track and field. If it's happening in our area, we're streaming it.
Back here at the Castle as the course of Sweet Caroline plays. I'm not going to go over my course as a West Virginia fan after defeating the Pitt Panthers on Saturday. I'm not going to.
He did off the air. Don't worry,
yes,
folks.
Yes, I did. So, yeah, big win there. Northmor looking for a big win to end their 3-game losing streak. They lead 2-0. And now 1-0 here in set number 3. Travis Berardi, Jonathan Langdon, the KMAC crew here on a Tuesday night from North Bloomfield Township, and the Lady Knights TCB taking care of business. Mary Dean with her first serve of set 3. Quick set, out of bounds. Cardington trying everything to get some points here, and they're just unable to.
Yeah, I'm kind of taking in and looking at a couple of Cardington's losses. It feels like it's been a trend this year where they've come out firing, great first set, and it just starts to slowly deteriorate from there. I'm worried that may be the case here tonight, Travis.
Nice back set kill attempt, but Callie Wright was there. And another miss hit.
Cardington wants a touch. They're not going to get it.
$3-0 on the Andy Bauer scoreboard. Tough reception, turns into an ace. That one just crawled up the arms.
Yeah, this team's rolling right now for Northmor, finding great locations on these serves. The back row's been tested all game long. And right now the Pirates just can't seem to get any elevation on their passes, and that's always a recipe for disaster.
Hit right at the net, but no, they say Cardington with an error into the net on that set. And once again, a 5-0 start for the Lady Knights.
Yep, Longsdorff couldn't stay out of the net right there. It was awfully close. I didn't really see too much movement. I thought any sort of movement that there was probably from her hair, and that's not illegal. But officials saw it closer on the side than I did.
Yummy ball from Cooper, but she hit the net. And Cardington does get the point. Take a look at the replay, and yeah, I saw her hand go down on it.
Yeah, it looks like she dunked. She dunked that one rather than slamming it down. Hanging on the rim, as you could say, hanging on the tape.
$5-1 the score. The student section had one of the volleyballs. Hit right at Dean. She's with the reception. Moved forward. The Castle took a little off of that, but it stays alive. Blevins blocked. Receives it right back. It's bumped backwards. Swung by Longsdorff. Right is there. Bumped up to right. Gives it a free ball. Cardington resetting. Blevins on the run. Gets the block and then hit down. And it's 5-2. Double hit.
Yep, double on Cooper. I want to see this again. Just simply hung on that tape. And it was so tempting to try and just tap it back over. That's going to be illegal from Cooper. But they get it back.
Another service error. Makes it 6-2.
I don't think I have enough fingers for how many we've seen today from both teams. It's been a little bit unclean when it comes to that. Maybe just trying to spot things too much. I think if you're Cardington, just try to play the ball into dangerous areas.
Well, that one didn't work. Cooper, Castle, block, 7-2. Back set in system. Swings tipped by Northmor. Right, we'll bump it back the other side. Set to a bump. Blevins mid-range, again too strong. So they tried changing up the passing, going from bump to set, to set to bump, but still the swing doesn't work. Blevins at the net, dinks it, but it does not go over the net.
Too tight, too close to the antenna. Blevins, she's had to work with her left hand over there a couple of times today, and that's just, it's on the setter. Got to put a better ball up.
But hit into the net by Cam Workman. 9-3.
Some of the best swings we've seen today have come from Blevins for Cardington, so just want to try to get her more involved. That's going to help you get back into this game, down 6 already here in set number 3.
Maddie C. Yeah, they say it hit the line. Take a look at the replay. You let me know, Jonathan.
Well, now you see me, now you don't. That one hits right on the line. Perfectly done.
Maddie C, Maddie do. Right, goes right side. Blevins unable to get the swing off because of that, and a great pancake by Layla Castle. Over to Blevins this time, on the run, blocked. James and C make it 11-3.
Well, we saw Blevins get a good swing, but that time the block is able to get there. They've been doing a good job lately, Northmor, getting some hands on balls right up at the net.
And we're going to get an injury timeout. So all we have that. We are going to take a break. Northmor rolling here in set 3, looking to finish the sweep. We'll see if they can after the break.
Being able to give back to the community, and just our teamwork is really solid. It makes it an incredible place to work because a lot of people enjoy what they're doing and want to help out.
You get to learn every day. You get to meet very unique people. I get to interact with everyone from the clinical staff to the administrative staff. Everyone has something to offer. It's kind of like a million puzzle pieces coming together to make one large, beautiful piece.
After the injury, the injured player able to get off the floor by herself with a little bit of help from the training staff. That was Celia Hall. She's getting checked on over by the training folks here at Northmor, but looks like she'll be okay. Back to action here, and the Lady Knights continue with the kill.
There goes James. That's what we were talking about. We were going to see a good swing out of her as they set up with Workman, and that's exactly what she did. Used the tape as well to her advantage.
And then an ace. Callie Wright makes it a 10-point set here. This one will be played. Blevins on the run, but hits it into the net again. A little too excited on that swing.
Yeah, just a little bit. So we're seeing Northmor start to run away here with this third set. 14-3. I mean, Knights, they were desperate for a win here back at home. They haven't had one in the last 4 games, this being the 5th. But looking like they're going to do it, but in an emphatic fashion as they find the line.
Castle, 8-ball corner pocket. Saw the space, got it to go. 15-3.
Called your shot right there. Great job locating, giving them a taste of their own medicine a little bit.
Back set, but too strong.
Mary Dean all over that. Had her eyes right on it as it hit about 3 or 4 feet out of bounds.
And Wright will remain at the service line. Just out of bounds. Tried the line again. 16-4.
So, of course, this result likely not going to shake too many things up in the KMAC, but it does solidify the fact that Northmore's still going to be a player because anything can happen. Because we've seen Fredericktown beat Centerburg. We've seen Loudonville lose to Centerburg. Just feels like
Fredericktown.
Yep, it just feels like it's going to be one of those years where we could see a 2-loss KMAC champion.
Could see a 3-loss, multiple KMAC champion. We like craziness here at the OH Report.
Exactly. I think it would have been I love watching Centerburg play. I think it would have been a little boring to see them go undefeated again. So very excited to see a little bit of a shakeup in the standings.
Castle with authorita. That time makes it 17-5.
But that's a big loss for the Trojans because I remember coming here last week, it was their 26th straight KMAC win, and it was their last because they lost to Fredericktown the next game.
Fredericktown's just the thorn in her side in girls' sports. Blevins finally gets one to go for her. That was a nice move. Nice in-system swing off the top of the block and down. But basketball, Fredericktown ended up winning the KMAC and basketball because of the 2 wins over Centerburg.
It's the Freddieburg rivalry.
Yeah. Now ending that streak. Gotta love rivalry games.
It's special no matter what level you play at because you could see the Cleveland Browns put a show against anybody else in the AFC North, and it's a good classic. And then you also got, I hate to bring it up in this Ohio State country, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, Michigan.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, WVU Pitt. Amazing
exactly.
win. Amazing win.
After a loss to Ohio the week before.
Ohio's not bad. They played with Ohio State for 3 quarters. They're the closest team to play with Ohio State for that long this year.
And that's something I was trying to tell everybody that I talked to about that game and how they were disappointed that the Buckeyes didn't come out of the gates and really play well and play strong and get out to a big lead.
That's hit into the net. It's 18-7. But I said this before. No, they're going to give it to Northmor.
Must have been some sort of violation. That's the only thing I saw wrong that could have been wrong. Because I thought it was a pretty clean kill from Longsdorff.
And that one is into the net. Ball don't lie moment. Now it's 18-8. But if Ohio were to pull off that victory against Rutgers, the way they played Ohio State, if they would have gone through the MAC and won the MAC championship, they could have been one of those group of 5 teams to sneak into the playoff.
I agree with you to an extent, but I just think there's so many other leagues better than the MAC.
Yummy ball down. Hannah James. But nonetheless, Ohio the favorite to win the MAC.
You're right. And you know what? The way South Florida's playing.
Oh, man. They just lost, but
that's a good team they lost
it is.
to. Their resume is set if they want to run through the American Conference, if they want to, the next couple of weeks.
And they could get a decent seed, too. Abrams off the block. That's dug up by Blevins, but nobody home after that. Northmore's 5 points away.
Golden Knights, I said it before, I'm going to say it again. They wanted a statement win. Well, they're about to have it here.
Line drive. Received into the net, though, and it drops. 21-8.
There's Zager again.
And a timeout by Cardington.
Travis, where are we going to be next?
Where are we going to be next? How about that? Let's see. Our next volleyball matches Wednesday, Norwalk and Monroeville. That's the Delaney game tomorrow night. They'll wear purple in memory of Delaney, the Monroeville volleyball player that tragically passed away during her senior year. Monroeville honored that by going to the Final Four that season. They play for her every year, and I believe they're undefeated too. I've done the last couple of games there. They're undefeated in Delaney games.
Those are two really good programs.
Yes, they
Monroeville,
are.
Norwalk.
Huge win over St. Paul on last week. Got Freddy's, Mount Gilead, Northwestern Hillsdale. I'll be at Hillsdale. That'll finish out the week, and then you got games next week as well. But, yeah, volleyball into the thick of things this season. And an ace down the left side by Jillian Zager. Just in no man's land there. Kind of like a Texas leaguer in baseball. Just drop between three players.
Now, the next great question I have is, who's your MVP tonight? Because we've had some great individual performances.
Well, that's why I'm going to let you pick and talk to them, because I have no clue. Zager played well. Castle, Abrams is doing stuff.
But you know who I haven't talked to yet? Jillian Zager. Especially if she could finish this off.
Yes. Closer mentality. Free ball. Northmor with a chance to get match point here. Right at the net, but miss hit. Again, an early jump. Makes it 23-9.
So Cardington is able to stop that run. They'll get another chance to serve. Just want to make sure you keep it clean here. Service error. It hurt you in the first set. It kind of sent you spiraling. Just get it over.
Ooh, tough collision by Northmor. Just slapped back because Cardington saw two players on the floor, but Northmor kept with it. And it turns into a point, and now we do have match point.
Yeah, an adventurous back set was going to be really tough to put that on a platter far side. And it results in match point. As you said, we're going to see another serve specialist. Kincaid.
Casey Kincaid. 7 aces. Can she get 8 to finish it? Yummy ball. Flick down. Ball game. Yeesh. Riley Cooper says, let's finish it here. And that'll do it. Northmor with a sweep at Cardington, getting back on track in the KMAC. We'll take a break, be back with our MVP right here live on the OH Report and the NFHS Network.
Being able to give back to the community, and just our teamwork is really solid. It makes it an incredible place to work because a lot of people enjoy what they're doing and want to help out.
You get to learn every day. You get to meet very unique people. I get to interact with everyone from the clinical staff to the administrative staff. Everyone has something to offer. It's kind of like a million puzzle pieces coming together to make one large, beautiful piece.
At American Homestead Exteriors, we're more than a business. We're a father-daughter team with a shared mission to protect and beautify the homes in our community. We believe your home deserves top quality service and products. From the first nail to the final walkthrough, we take pride in doing the job right. The first time, every time. Integrity, craftsmanship, and customer service aren't just words to us. They're the foundation of everything we do. American Homestead Exteriors. Strong, reliable exterior solutions. Built with pride, built for you.
OH Report brings you local high school sports coverage like nobody else. In football, basketball, baseball, volleyball, softball, soccer, wrestling, track and field. If it's happening in our area, we're streaming it.
Tonight's KMAC contest brought to you live and free thanks to our generous sponsors, Lilly Industries, Andy Bauer, Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Whether you're planning for retirement, saving for college, grandchildren, or just trying to protect the financial future of the ones you care about most, Andy can develop specific strategies to help you achieve your goals. The Northmor Athletic Boosters. Northmor Athletic Boosters raise funds to support our Golden Knights student athletes, coaches, and community. Go Knights! Pioneer Career and Tech Center. Pioneer Career and Technology Center, preparing students for college, careers, and the jobs of tomorrow. American Homestead Exteriors. Our commitment to excellence is reflected in our strong and reliable exterior solutions. Call us today for roofing, siding, gutters, and windows. And Avita Home Health and Hospice, providing high-quality community health care and improving the quality of health in families throughout their lifespan. Thank you all for allowing us to be live and free. Tonight, we'll have our MVP interview coming up.
Time now for your Pioneer Career and Technology Center player of the game. Jillian Ziegler joins us upstairs. Great win for you guys.
Thank
Just setting
you.
the scene. Second half of the KMAC schedule. You guys have lost your last 4 home games.
Yeah.
What was today like for you guys trying to get ready and try to make a statement win?
Our last games we've been really high air, so I think the goal today was just to keep everything low air and play smarter than what we have the past couple of games.
And I feel like that kind of transitioned over to the other side. You're able to force some errors out of Cardington. What was in the game plan to try to do that?
Just to be aggressive and take out the setter. I think everybody did a good job today, keeping the passes up to our setter, and then we were able to execute.
So moving forward, what does this do for you guys confidence-wise? You've got a pretty decent part of the schedule coming up and a chance to build up.
Yeah, I think after the last loss, I think we were a little down, but I think today was a good win. We all played well. Yeah.
And it just feels like right now it's a very open league when you look around. Just talk about how you guys have felt about your first half, and of course you get the win here to start, but first half of the KMAC season, where do you feel like you're at?
I think we did pretty well. I think we beat teams that we never have before, and we stayed low error when we won, but I think just being high error is what made us lose the other games that we lost.
And then, of course, you're up here because we wanted to highlight your defense today. But, of course, there are a lot of other players that helped to make it work. Just go ahead and shout out your teammates before we give you general shout-outs.
I think everybody did a good job. I think Callie Wright, Mary Dean, and then Layla and Maddie and my setter, just everybody did a good job tonight. Everybody stayed high energy and everybody stayed low error.
Yeah, well, Jillian, look into that camera. Any other shout-outs you want to give?
My family, my boyfriend, and my boyfriend's family, and my teammates.
All right, Jillian Ziegler, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
At American Homestead Exteriors, we're more than a business. We're a father-daughter team with a shared mission to protect and beautify the homes in our community. We believe your home deserves top quality service and products. From the first nail to the final walkthrough, we take pride in doing the job right. The first time, every time. Integrity, craftsmanship, and customer service aren't just words to us. They're the foundation of everything we do. American Homestead Exteriors. Strong, reliable exterior solutions. Built with pride, built for you.
OH Report brings you local high school sports coverage like nobody else. In football, basketball, baseball, volleyball, softball, soccer, wrestling, track and field. If it's happening in our area, we're streaming it.
Back here in the Lilly Industries post-game show, where the Lady Knights of Northmor back on track as we begin the second half of the regular season, the second half of KMAC play. 3-0, a clean sweep of Cardington. Travis Berardi back here with Jonathan Langdon, and this is how it went. 25-19, 25-8, 25-9. And you talked about this towards the end of the second set. Cardington, a team that they battled in that first set, but then after getting that loss, it kind of just dropped off for them.
Yeah, and it's been the story of the season for them thus far. Just being able to come out of the gate strong, and then it just feels like as their momentum kind of fades away, so does their kind of tune-up. Their quality kind of goes down. A lot of mistakes happen.
Yeah.
So that's something that's going to need cleaned up moving forward for this Cardington team, but they've got a lot of time to do so. Of course, they've already got a win in the KMAC. They're going to want to try to stack up another one, maybe even a second one as well, just to improve on the first half of the schedule. But the Lady Pirates, I have high praises for what I saw from them in set one. Sets 2 and 3, however, there's some work to be done.
Yeah, a lot of errors into the net, too strong on the shots. They just have to fine-tune some things, and they'll be a competitive volleyball squad. Next up for the Lady Knights of Northmor, well, Thursday, they host Danville. If you watch the Coach's Corner, I asked Coach a couple teams that you want to beat this season. Danville, one of those teams. They beat them once already. Can beat them again to get some extension on that third, fourth place spot. While Cardington, they will host East Knox. Now, East Knox played a good match that you saw against Northmor. Can't let them, down, because East Knox could get them again.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is also important because they're going to be, they should be at least, on the road for that game, Northmor, when they go to play them. But Cardington also, they're going to be at home hosting that team.
Yes.
But the Bulldogs, they're definitely a threat to anybody that doesn't take them lightly, or that doesn't take them seriously enough.
Absolutely. Yeah, you have to Northmor did not take East Knox seriously. East Knox came out with the upset victory in their lone one this year in KMAC play. Here's what we have coming up. The next 10 streams we have, we got 3 volleyball matches coming up. The Delaney game at Monroeville tomorrow night, 2 volleyball matches on Thursday. You're at Mount Gilead, Jonathan?
Am I?
Somebody's at Mount Gilead.
I am not. I have our volleyball show. I will not.
Yes.
I will be out of it.
Yes, also, let's plug that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So we had a little bit of a block party today. Our show is going to be called The Block Party. If you are interested in playing college volleyball, I would highly suggest you tune in on Thursday. We'll be talking to NAIA coach, the MVNU women's volleyball coach, will be joining us for our first show.
Also,
Kendra Mosier,
yeah,
they are top 15 in the country.
Speaking of shows, tomorrow night, Stat Leaders for Football, first edition, and the Country Roads rankings are back. I have a formula that determine our top 10 teams from D5, 6, and 7. Speaking of football, I'll have Hillsdale volleyball on Thursday as well, but then football coming up. Cardington, East Knox, Crawford, Buckeye Central, Fredericktown, Mount Gilead. That's a big game. Fredericktown, Mount Gilead, first place in the conference on the line.
And we both shed a tear that we are not going to be there.
We have all 4 KMAC games are going to be on the OH Report this week coming up. Also, Martins Ferry out of the OVAC, Travena Lucas, River Valley at Harding. But we'll have a graphic up coming up Thursday for you for that. But that's going to wrap things up here in the Lilly post-game show. Jonathan, any final words before we get out of here?
Just go tune into the block party Thursday night. Going to be a fun time at 9 o'clock.
Want to thank everybody to help make things possible today. Jonathan Langdon, as always, thank you for joining me tonight. Brandon Powell, great job on the camera work. And all of our sponsors that help make things possible. Andy Bauer, Edward Jones, financial advisor, our scoreboard sponsor. Pioneer Career in Tech, our MVP sponsor. Lilly Industries, our pregame, postgame sponsor. The Northmor Athletic Boosters, our instant replay sponsor. American Homestead Exteriors, as well as Avita Home Health and Hospice, our commercial sponsors. Want to thank Blade Tackett and the fine folks here at Northmor for allowing us to be here tonight, as well as the OHSAA and the NFHS Network for allowing us to bring you these games to you, the fans. Northmor sweeps Cardington to get back on the winning track. For Jonathan Langdon, Brandon Powell, I'm Travis Berardi saying so long from the castle.